The actual descent was, to me, one of the most challenging periods of my life and my team's life.
Apollo 11 was now hugging the underside of the moon just 60 miles from the surface. The combined spaceship went behind the moon for the last time.
Plus 0, 0, 0, 9 or 8. Plus, correction, 0, 0, 5, 7, 2.
Houston has just told Apollo 11, we'll see you on the other side. They are not, as everybody knows by now, a very talkative crew. They said, we'll see you on the other side, and the response from Apollo 11 was, okay.
The last time they went around the moon, they would be gone for 40 minutes. The next time we saw them, we would have 15 minutes to check everything out, and then they were going to fire up that engine, and we were on our way to landing. About 10 minutes prior to acquisition of signal, I heard this announcement in the control center. It said, all flight controllers put on your headsets and come up on the spatial briefing loop. And we all came on a loop, and it was just quiet, silence. And then Gene Kranz comes on the loop, and he says, in 10 minutes, we're going to start something nobody's ever done before. He gave a speech after that General Patton would have liked to have given.
I knew no one could overhear us, and I proceeded to talk to the team very briefly about how proud I was of them, how proud I was of them as a team, and that no matter what happened on this particular day, I would be very proud of the way he performed.
And then he said something I think that meant more to me and everybody of the young flight control team than he could have possibly said. He said, but no matter what happens, I'm going to be behind you when we walk out of this room. And you're 26. You don't have a family here. You know, what would happen? Who's going to be behind you? Who's going to be with you? That meant a lot, really meant a lot.
Now we were going to terminate our conversation on this loop, and we were going to go to the moon.
Okay, it's go there, Capcom on the hot fire. Okay, all flight controllers going around the horn, gonna go for undocking. Okay, retro, go. Fido, go. Guide, go. Control, go. Telcom, go. GNC, go. Ecom, go. Surgeon, go. Capcom, we're go for undocking.
Green, you're loud and clear, Houston, how are over? Roger, Eagle, undock. Roger, how does it look? Eagle has wings. Roger. You're a go to continue power descent. Roger. Altitude 40,000.
Okay, all flight controllers, gonna go for landing. Retro, go. Fido, go. Guidance, go. Control, go. Telcom, go. GNC, go. Ecom, go. Surgeon, go. Capcom, we're go for landing. Altitude 4,200.
Houston, you're a go for landing, over. Roger, understand. Go for landing. 3,000 feet. You're looking great.
How you doing, Control?
We look good here, fine.
How about you, Telcom? Go. Guidance, you happy? Go. Fido, go.
2,000 feet. 2,000 feet.
And then we had all kinds of problems. And I found out that I almost was going to have to call an abort right off the bat because we had a velocity error. The computer was not understanding how fast it was going toward the lunar surface.
6 plus 25, throttle down. 6 plus 25, throttle down.
That velocity now reading 760 feet.
Fortunately, we had a landing radar on the vehicle, and as it got to the point it could see the moon, it told the computer, hey, you're coming in a little fast. It sort of gentled things out. I thought, boy, this is our big problem for the day. 30 seconds later, I hear this ominous program alarm, 1201.
1201. Program alarm. 1201. Roger, 1201 alarm.
1201 alarm.
And all of a sudden an alarm comes on and it says program alarm. Well, what does that mean? We don't know. We look at the numbers and it says some numbers. Now those numbers are in a checklist that's somewhere over here, but we didn't feel we had the time, so we immediately asked the ground controllers in Houston what was the meaning of that program alarm.
Buzz said, we got to
1201 alarm or 1202, whatever it was, my heart sank. I said, what is he talking about, 1202? I didn't have the foggiest clue, and I said, uh-oh.
Give us a reading on the 1202 program alarm.
Which meant, do you want us to continue? Do you want us to stop? That was my job. I was in charge of the computers. I had to figure out if we were going to continue or we were going to stop.
1202. 1202. Roger, we copy.
Looked around at everything I had. Speed was okay. Guidance commands were okay. The alarm hadn't happened for 30 seconds and didn't happen again, so I made a decision to go. And I said go as loud as I could to the flight director.
Just then Steve Bales came up and said, we're go on that alarm flight. And I didn't really have a clue of what the alarm meant, but I just didn't even wait for Krantz to say anything. And I said, we're go, Eagle.
Same type, we're go, flight. Okay, we're go. We're go, same type, we're go. Eagle looking great. 750, coming down to 23. 540 feet and at 15. 10 and 50 feet down at 4.
45 seconds later, we get another program alarm. I looked, I said, oh no, is this thing going to start coming too fast, too often? But again, it was one occurrence, single occurrence, everything else okay. Speed okay, guidance commands okay. Made a decision to keep going.
Roger, we got you. We're going at alarm. Roger. There's 400 feet down at 9. 47 forward. You're looking great to us, Eagle.
Finally, I guess it was a minute or so before landing, and I'd given this rambling conversation, and Deke reached over and punched me in the side gently and said, Charlie, shut up and let them land.
200 feet, 4.5 down, 5.5 down, 15 forward, 60 seconds.
Both of us heard the call out of 60 seconds, and we said, okay, that's expected. We didn't expect to have landed before the 60 seconds, but we thought we might have been on the ground before we got 30 seconds. So when we heard 30 seconds, by that time the low-level light had already come on. We knew that we had to get on the ground shortly, and there wasn't any point of my telling Neil that because I knew he knew that too.
Everybody was holding their breath. You could hear a pin drop in mission control. I mean, it was dead silence. The tension was so thick you could feel like you could carve a piece out with the knife, and because we were running out of gas.
Lights on. 100 feet, 3.5 down, 9 forward. Okay, 75 feet. Guys looking good, down a half. 6 forward. 30 seconds. Lights on. Forward. Forward. 40 feet, down 2.5. Picking up some dust. Straight shadow. 4 forward, drifting to the right a little. Contact light. Okay, engine stop. 413 is in. We copy you down, Eagle.
Listen, Tranquility Base here. The Eagle has landed.
Roger, Tranquility. We copy you on the ground. You got a bunch of guys about to turn blue. We're breathing again. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Roger, Eagle, and you are safe for T1. Over. Eagle, you are safe for T1. Roger. And we're safe for T1. Roger, and
I remember just sort of leaning over and patting Neil on the back, and I don't remember whether I winked or not, but we looked at each other and smiled, and we sort of said to each other, we finally made it, or we did make it successfully, and congratulate each other.
Special announcement. You will be happy to know that Apollo 11 has landed safely.
Announcer broke into an to say that Neil Armstrong had just landed on the moon. There were about, I think, 53,000 people in the stands that day, and they all stood up without being asked, and someone started singing "America the Beautiful." And everyone cried. It was an unforgettable moment. To this day, it's an unforgettable moment.